All right, let's get started. Looks like we got a lot of action going on with the market being down by 200 points. Looks like the CPI numbers didn't look too good today. So market, we were positive a little bit. We had a little fun yesterday. Listen, I hope everybody didn't get hungover, but we had a nice little rally lately in the past week or so with the market. So a little correction is always kind of healthy. And, that's what we're going to look at. But there's a couple of good stocks that are moving. We're going to talk about what moved yesterday. It is Thursday. It is hump day. We all know what that means. One of the last days of the week where most of the action's going on until we go into Friday. And let me just remind everybody, for some people who don't know this, if you're not a football fan, one of the biggest holidays of the year here in the United States is the Super Bowl. So I'm just giving everyone a little heads up. I think you might get a lot of people that are going to be hungover on Sunday going into Monday, so you might not have that much action going on, and that usually is historically the way it goes. The only good thing I'm going to remind everybody is that some of you that are not football fans, one of the good things about watching football is the commercials. And the commercials are the most expensive ever in the history of the NFL. I forgot how much they're getting for it, but I could tell you this: I made a lot of money watching the trading on a Monday, because I'll never forget one day. Remember those stupid breathe straps on the nose? You guys know what I'm talking about? The breathe rights you put on your nose. I remember that all the NFL players were wearing them, and people were like, what the hell is that all about? And all of a sudden, the stock that morning went from like $5 to $38, because, everybody's like, oh, wow, that helps them breathe. You remember that, Deborah? So listen, you might see something that might trigger, that might help us find some stocks that make some big moves. But let's talk about what happened yesterday, and then we'll go through the watch list this morning. So anyway, regarding about the CPI numbers, obviously that's not a good sign. We're down about 225 now. But let's talk about what moved yesterday. We had the stock DCFC that moved yesterday. That stock, you could see, had a really, really nice move. Look at that nice little pop right there. Stock at 830 was a great pre-market, had a huge pop right around 1030, which is pretty much when a lot of us were done. Out of nowhere, the thing went all the way up. Great stock. Shot to 17, went to about $20. I don't know. When's the last time you guys saw a stock go from 10 to 20? Well, we had another one again yesterday. So, but that's fine. Don't worry about it. There's always new ones that will pop up again today. Didn't do it in pre-market. It did when the market opened up. KLVI was another one that moved really nicely. What I liked about the KLVI, I was talking about it constantly. A guy said, guys, check out KLVI. Look at KLVI. It was slow. It was a level one stock. It wasn't a fast moving stock, but right around that 930, you could see it was cheap. It was at $1.50, and it went all the way to about $1.80, which wasn't bad. And then obviously in the middle of the day, out of nowhere, if you came late, and because some people think, do I gotta trade all day? No, there are some of you here that come all the time. You come at different times of the day, so if you showed up, that stock continued from 850 all the way up to about 225, which is a pretty substantial move. If you bought 1,000 shares or you bought 5 or 10,000, it's all about numbers. So that one did pretty well. Goose, one of my old favorites. We're going to check that out. The GOOS? Yes. Yep. We'll talk about, was that Canadian Goose? We'll look at that in a minute. The Goose. Not doing too well, but yeah, that was one of the oldies. A couple other stocks that moved. BKKT yesterday. That stock all day just constantly kept going up little by little. Just kept doing a shake. Pop went from like 950 up to 650. Beautiful highs and lows right here. It was channeling from 7 to 670. Stock just moved really nice, and then it kind of died in the afternoon. I don't know what happened there. Two more stocks I want to bring up. Big was another one that moved pretty nicely too. Another very cheapie, went from like $3 to $3.50, and AMC, which we're all very familiar with. That one also did pretty well. So AMC, I don't know if you guys are catching on. It's got a lot of support at 14. So it kept hitting there and hitting there. Look at the long-term chart, and a lot of support there, right around that 15, 1480. And sure enough, is it too late to buy it as a swing trade? Well, we're at resistance now, so I would probably say no. All right. I remember, I would rather let it break it. Now, there are a couple of stocks that people are looking at. We saw what happened with Disney. I know Disney came out with earnings yesterday. You could see it. Stock went from like 147 to about 160. It's got major resistance levels right here. We don't trade Disney, but even Disney being up, you could see that with the market now, with the news that came out, it's on the downtrend. So, you know, this could be a good short, you know, but once again, why should we trade stocks at $150, $160? You saw stocks like KVL yesterday, big, BKKKT. It's all about risk to reward. So that's what we got going on there. A couple other stocks that I found this morning that worked on the watch list. We had the stock SOFA, SOPA. Now, we all remember this stock SOFA. Now, I just want to bring this up. We're going to look over here on level 4. So the stock, we traded. Stock is very volatile. You got to be really, really careful with this stock. But you could see iceberg orders are starting to push up. Kept pushing it back down again. Stock is very volatile. I did well, and then I got caught on twice. And you know what I always say? 3 strikes, you're out. I'll never go back to the stock again because I don't want to get even. So you could see now it's coming to some big supports. But I'm not seeing any buyers out there, so I probably have to wait till the market opens up. DRNA. Stock was gapped up really, really big, and you can see it's now starting to trend down a little bit. I mean, there's some big, let me just bring up level 4 here and just show what we got going on. And what we've got going on is absolutely nada, nothing. There's no one out there buying it and selling it till 8 a.m. this morning. So another stock that probably going to put on the B or the C list. IRNT. So this stock, a little bit more action in it. Some of you remember this stock. We traded this stock, IRNT, just bringing up on level 4. The stock we traded last year, and it went from literally from $10 to $50. It became a day trade. It was a great short squeeze. Hell, I remember we traded this day. It went from like $24 to $32, ran to $50, and after that, the stock died. But she's gapped up. She is testing some big resistance levels over here, going back on, what is that? We're testing back in December. There was a pretty decent iceberg order out there around 436. You could see them right here. So you could see how it hit it, came back, hit it, came back. So even in pre-market, you could have got in and out and made 20 cents a clip. There is a nice 47,000 share seller just showed up here at 450. Okay. So we're going to keep it. I mean, that is what we're looking for. We need to follow the money. As the market being down, you know I'm not a fan of trading stocks like this, but sometimes you might have to. The SQQQs, a lot of these ETFs are obviously running right there. Once that news came out around 8:30, you could see it went from 35.75 to 37.75. Nice $2 move right there. These are the stocks that you have to trade when you get these bad news, and you can see it is the opposite, TQQQ, and they're actually in the big percentage gainers, the most active on the top 20 list. This stock obviously not doing too well. It's going down. Market's about at 250. As we had a couple other stocks we could probably keep an eye on that are moving in the market. A couple of you just shooting some out there. So, you know, I saw that stock, Norman, and, you know, we've watched this stock when, you know, we traded the last couple of days. It's got good volatility. It's got good spread. You know, going back from yesterday, you could see that it doesn't really move. You know, it does pick a trend a little bit, how it trends, but just I would be careful of the stock. Okay, it's trading in a decent range in pre-market from 275 to 250. But you know what? I'll be honest with you, the crap that we got this morning, I'm throwing it on. Okay, you know, listen, we're here to make money. We're not here to sit there and showcase. So that one looks pretty good also. Anything else? I'm not really seeing anything more than that. Brian's bringing up the IBER. That's not a stock symbol. Is that a stock? I mean, Uber. Uber, you know what? If Uber's moving, Lyft is moving, they trade the same by side, but you know, it looks okay. I mean, it's got a nice little trend. It's testing some resistance, but pre-market, you can see it's not doing too much. You could see that it got good earnings announcements that came out yesterday on the stock. So, but I mean, earnings really will move the stock. I mean, that's really what it comes down to it. But I'll put it on the B list. Listen, the trend is your friend. Don't buck the trend. So if the market's going down, you go short. The market goes up, you go long. A lot of reds on my watch list over here, and that's what you got to look at. Okay. All right, cyber traders. So that pretty much does it. Now, if you're watching YouTube, and we'll be back here at 2:30, and Cyber traders, we'll start commentating once the market opens up. But one thing I do want to remind everybody today, look out for a video. I'm going to bring this up really quick right here and just show you. Could I grab it? Oh. So what you're looking at right here is the Thinkorswim platform. So I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do a couple of videos on this. I know some of you want to know how to use trade on level 4. So I've been meant to do it a while ago. I'm going to start marketing it. So look out for those videos that we do get on how to trade level 4 on Thinkorswim. It's going to be an exciting one. Please, I need your help. Like it, friend it, follow it. And if you do, we're going to make a lot more, because I know there's some people out there, you want to buy certain platforms, they're too expensive, maybe you don't have the right money, maybe you already have an account and you like to move it. Some of you want to deal with some more of the brand names, so we're gonna go out there and showcase that for you, okay? No problem, Michael, more than welcome. Just once again, make sure that you're connected to our YouTube channel. And also, not to mention, I forgot to mention too, if you're watching YouTube, follow us on Twitter, because obviously, if you want the watch list, we do post our watch list on there too. Good luck, everybody. Happy trading. Be safe, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Today, you are invited into the world of Fausto Pugliese, who battled some of the best traders in the world to win the real money World Trading Championships not once, not twice, but a jaw-dropping 12 times. Fausto is opening up his private members-only cyber group to you in this incredible opportunity. What makes Fausto so different, you ask? Some might say it was his upbringing. Others say that he is a family man through and through. But the story goes that when Fausto made his killing in the markets, he reached a pivotal moment in his life. He could continue on the path of so many of the greats, or he could make a hard right turn at the intersection of life choices and do something very different with his life. He could enjoy life without the stress that comes along with all that fame and success. He could spend his days celebrating his beautiful family. He could even give back for that blessing he had received. Fausto could get all that by training the little guy how to do what he does. He could build an army of anti-conformist traders and take out the institutions, one student at a time. And that is exactly what he did. Fausto built an incredible trading school called Cyber Trading University that has helped the lives of countless investors. Now, this is the part of the video where you would see the guru tout a bunch of one-off trade successes, profit claims, and testimonials from a cherry-picked list. Let's be honest, that's what everyone does. And that is why time after time, hard-working people like yourself get duped into following the wrong kind of advice. These so-called gurus want your money, and they will say just about anything to get it. But that just isn't how Fausto operates. Sure, he could talk about his trade room successes and all the watch list stocks he shared with his group that did great. But knowing Fausto, he would probably spend more time talking about the trades that lost money, because that is where he believes you learn the best lessons. Perhaps you are beginning to get why Fausto is so special and why his group is something you should consider being a part of. And in true Fausto style, he is going to give you access, direct access, to him and his team of experts for practically nothing. For the price of a couple cups of coffee, you get 5 days to trade alongside Fausto and his amazing team of traders. Learn Fausto's methods of trading iceberg orders and his price action tricks. You even get the transparency of seeing his actual stock selection techniques. For only $9, you get full access to Fausto's Cyber Group for 5 days of live trading. The Cyber Group 5-day accelerated training program includes pre- and post-market analysis, live trading commentary, 2 daily watch lists, real-time trade alerts, and even a Q&A workshop for you to get all your questions answered by the pros. As an added bonus, you will receive your very own ebook edition of Fausto's top-selling book, How to Beat the Markets at Their Own Game, which sells for over $66 on Amazon. It is yours for free. just for joining Cyber Group today. Fausto's next watch list is going out to Cyber Group members at Market Open, so be sure to become a Cyber Group member today. Just click the link below and receive all these amazing products and a world of knowledge for just $9. Do it today. Do it today.